Hello guys, hi, how are you doing? Alex Polillo here. Today we're gonna have a look at how to set up your Nord stage with a dual keyboard function. Basically, the only reason why, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is that when I was looking for this information, I wasn't actually able to find it anywhere. So I did a bit of research myself, and I wasn't able to find it, and I would like to share with you today. So obviously, that's your Nord stage, or rather my Nord stage. In particular, this is stage 2, and up here I have a MIDI keyboard, and the MIDI keyboard is an Axiom 61. Obviously, you can use any MIDI keyboard you want, but I particularly like the action on the Axiom 61 after having tried a bunch of different MIDI keyboards, and I particularly like that. Okay, first of all, how do we set it up in terms of connections? Well, this is probably pretty straightforward. Let's turn it on. Obviously, you are going to have a MIDI cable that goes from the back of your MIDI keyboard, MIDI out, going into the MIDI in of your Nord stage, quite obviously, but I prefer to state the obvious rather than missing any information bit out. Well, obviously, because you're using the Axiom with the MIDI cable rather than with a USB cable, you also need a power cable for the Axiom. If you weren't, I mean, if you were using an USB cable straight into your computer, then you would not need a electricity cable as well. But anyway, now, how do we set them up in terms of MIDI channel numbers? The way I do it is, well, let's go to the Nord first. Obviously, you hit Shift and MIDI button, and you get into the MIDI menu. Now, when you are into the MIDI menu, obviously, your MIDI local control has to be on, and then next page, you have the global MIDI channel. Okay, you set up the global MIDI channel to 1, as you can see here, and then moving forward, the next page is the MIDI channel for the slots A and B, which are here. You can give 2 to slot A and 3 to slot B. So MIDI channel 2 to slot A and MIDI channel 3 to slot B. Moving forward, on the next MIDI page, you have the MIDI channel for the organ, and again you have the organ on the slot A and the organ on the slot B, and you can continue giving progressively higher numbers. So you will give number 4, MIDI channel 4, to the organ of the A slot, and 5 to the organ of the B slot. Moving forward, piano again. So you give 6 and 7. So 6 for slot piano on slot A and 7 for piano on slot B, and so on and so forth. So the synth again, you give number 8 to slot A, number 9 to slot B, and then very importantly, we get to the important bit. On the next page, we have the MIDI channel selection for the dual keyboard. Now, for the dual keyboard, well, I learned that it's good to give number 15. Or that's what I do anyway, and I work very well with that. So that's number 15. Once you've done that, you can exit the MIDI page of your Nord. So obviously, you need to give the number 15 to your MIDI keyboard, so that the MIDI keyboard can send out only those bits of information that relate to the dual keyboard function on your Nord. Well, on my particular MIDI keyboard, I just hit channel and go all the way to 15, 14 and 15. So that's how you do it. Okay, so now, as you might know, the dual keyboard function is interesting on a Nord stage, obviously for various reasons. What it is, okay. What it is first, it is a way in which you can use the slot A on your Nord stage, and the slot A will be triggered by the vary keys on your stage, on your note stage. So the stage keyboard controls the slot A, and the MIDI keyboard controls the slot B. So that, for instance, in this patch, which I have created, which is called obviously piano organ, I've got a piano on the slot A. As you can see, only the piano is lit, the organ is off, and the synth section is also off. So I've got a piano going. It's a bit loud, possibly, etc. And then I have an organ set on the MIDI keyboard, because the organ is in fact on the slot B. So if I go into slot B, obviously I can see the organ lights lit, whereas the piano lights and the synth lights are off. And I can trigger an organ from here. Etc, etc. Now, why is this really interesting? I think it is really interesting because obviously it gives us more keys and different keyboards to use, different areas, and obviously because as you may know, and obviously you will know if you own a Nord stage, the Nord stage has 2 slots, and every slot is a combination of one organ, one piano, and one synth, which can obviously be layered or split in any way you want. Obviously, if you use it in a dual keyboard mode, you will have one piano, one synth, and one organ to be split or layered as you want on your stage keyboard, and the same, one piano, one synth, and one organ on your MIDI keyboard as well. What is really interesting is that the dual keyboard function is not a general setting of the keyboard, it's not a general mode of the keyboard. It actually gets stored within a patch. So that means that you can really quickly, just by changing patch, move from patch which uses dual keyboard to a patch that doesn't use dual keyboard. In that way, you don't have to have all of your concert, say all of your gig in dual mode, but you will just, let me show you, for instance, I have them set up in such a way. I have some, and obviously this is the light that shows you that you are in dual keyboard. For instance, this particular patch called obviously doesn't use dual keyboard, so you still retain the let's say the possibility of using all of the 6 sounds, which are slot A plus slot B, all in your stage keyboard, if you have to. Okay, hope that was clear, and I hope that helped. Please see my next videos coming. They will be really interesting. They will concern how we actually use the dual keyboard function within a song, how we arrange a song with the dual keyboard function, and how we put it all together. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Please share my videos and have a great day.